Hello, this is Jim and Jean, and we're here for the Blue Orchard Bees in Arizona project. It's July 18th, and we've started the harvesting phase of the project. That is, we've taken all the habitats that we placed out at the sites, we brought them back to our central location, and now we're going to go through them and see what kind of activity we managed to collect from our Blue Orchard bees or from any other native bees or whatever. And so what we're going to do is, we've already done this for the 2 locations down here in Phoenix. We're now going to do it for the 2 locations in Cornville and 2 locations in Payson. And we have 1 more location in Flagstaff, which will be in the future. But that's the 4 geographic areas in Arizona that we looked at. And so now we're going to start going through these. We're doing 1 habitat from each of the 4 locations. We actually had multiple, anywhere from 4 to 14 habitats in each location. So this is just the first one to get an idea of what happened and also to get an idea of what we're going to see. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first one. We're going to start with the first Cornville location. And so let us get ready for that, and then we'll be right back.
Good morning. This is Jean and Jim. We're here on July 18th, about 11:45 a.m. Pacific Coast time, and we are going to begin our harvesting of several locations. This one here is from the Cornville location. We had actually 2 sites set up there. We've had these in storage, so we really don't know what's in them yet. So we're going to start opening them up one by one at different sites and record it for our report. So this is a nest that was collected it was collected on Friday, June 21st from Cornville. I'm just removing the laminates. And removing the casing binds. I'll throw these out. But the laminates we're going to keep, hopefully for future use, along with the boxes. Remove this. This is trash. Now we're going to begin from the top layer down. Nothing within these nests. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Although there seems to be, I'm not sure what the indentation is here. It almost looks like a burn mark. That might have been part of the construction. I think I am seeing some insect activity here. Perhaps it's the mites. But no cocoons. No cocoons. But if you look closely, there is some insect activity of some type. We'll save that. Plus there is a small, what appears to be a spider or perhaps a wasp. It looks like it might be a wasp. So that's it for this particular first laminate to be opened up from Cornville. And we'll now go on to our second one. We're now going to open up the first Cornville location nest, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I've done before. I'm going to start by opening up, cutting the straps. What I can tell you is the strapping is very important to the stability of these nests. These are constructed very well out of corrugated boards. I'm going to open it up, expose the nest. I'm going to cut these straps. And we're going to throw these away. We'll be using the laminate again for our next year's project, but not today. I expose the nest, and I'm going to remove the backing. and take the nest out, put it aside, and just carefully take one layer off at a time. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a what is this? 1, 2, 3. This is a 6 tube nest. There doesn't seem to be any activity on the top layer. Just again remove them one by one. Maybe some mold. There appears to be some mold here, but no insect activity. There appears to be maybe a spider. Let's turn them upside down. It's important to observe both sides. So we see the top of the laminate, turn this over, and there could be activity in here as well, but there isn't, as you can see. So one by one, just opening them up. If I didn't know better, I'd say that's a big spider, but I think it's just a rupture in the wood. One at a time. Again, no activity. Ah, finally, we see something. Now, this is in the next to the last laminate row, and what this appears to be is not a blue orchard bee nest. What it appears to be, and Jim and I will have to confirm that, perhaps a leafcutter species bee. And the reason I say that is these are hopefully cocoons within here, but this has been built by a bee, a smaller bee than usually would go in this type of nest. And then what they've done is they've decreased the diameter of the hole by filling it with leaves. So Jim and I are going to carefully remove this with my extraction tool. You want to be very careful not to disturb it, because there may be some cocoons in here. We're going to put this in our observation pile here, and here's another one. It's coming out very easy, which is good. And I'm just going to clean this out. It looked like there might have been some activity started, but nothing happened. Now, the correct procedure here is to clean this out just like that. Now, if there were parasites of some kind, or spiders, that type of thing, we would eventually use ammonia to clean this particular laminate. But we may just leave it intact.
Bleach.
Bleach, yes. If there were some viewed some nasty things in here, we would kill them first and then use the laminate next year. So we found nothing except one set here, and we'll do some further investigation.
Okay, you just saw us disassemble the 2A6 habitat, and we did find a few leafcutter activities in there. And so what we've done is we've put it aside, stored it in this, clearly labeled it so that when we go back, we know where each one came from.
We're now opening the second nest from Cornville. We'll do that first by removing the straps. This one here, housing seems to have been weathered a bit. It'll be interesting to see. This may have been one of the houses that were actually directly exposed to the weather. So we'll go over here and open it up, exposing the actual nests.
Take this one.
And get that out of the way. And we'll cut the straps here. Now there is a lot of insect activity just seen on the top laminate. Again, we'll remove the back, take the nest out. Now, if indeed this was a satellite nest, it would have been not within the protection of the larger housing that we have other nests in, so this would be exposed directly to the weather. And the weather is nice up in Cornville, but who knows what does to the bees. Here again, as in the previous one, I'm observing significant insect activity. We'll have to, Jim, could you zoom in on this one area right here? Because I might want to have that identified.
Okay.
They're very good. Now we're again just going to take one laminate level off at a time to see what was there. We have to check the top and the bottom. Again, we can see significant insect activity. Nothing seems to be living though. Nothing's moving. Check the bottom and the top. Just go on through it. Now this is an interesting one. I have no idea what that is, but we'll be saving it for examination later, closer examination. But I'm going to use my tool and remove that into our storage area for right now, for observation later. That there. No activity on that laminate. None there. And none there. And none there. Okay, that completes the cleaning, basic cleaning and removal of material from the second nest in Cornville. We've now opened nests in both the Gilbert location, Cornville locations, and now we're going to open one in the Payson location. And we're going to follow the same procedure. First, we're going to expose the habitat by removing these straps. That's trash. Carefully opening this up, and again removing these straps. There we go. Very good. Now we shot the whole structure together. So now we expose the nest, remove the back, remove the laminates, put this aside. Now as before, we're just going to take one layer at a time, lift it up. Always checking the top and the bottom for any activity. No activity. Maybe, looks like there may be a small spider there, but we'll move that into our examination tray for storage and examination later if I can get it out. That might have been it for that guy. We're just going to continue one layer at a time. Whoa! What the heck was that?
There he goes, spider.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a nice one either. I can't see it.
Did he get away? There he is.
Well, I have to kill that guy. Keep your eye on it, would you?
Yeah. Apparently it is a spider of some sort.
Well, Jim and I had a surprise. We were opening up the first nest from the Payson location, and we're down to the 5th laminate. We opened it up, and this really mean, ugly looking spider came out that we don't think is associated with the parasitic spiders that are bad for bees. But that little guy moved. So I put some gloves on this time, just in case. Another one. And finally another one. So all we found in this set of laminates was one really ugly and possibly mean looking spider. But that may teach us something about the types of insects that can survive and thrive in these laminates. Jim and I didn't expect it. But isn't that the whole part of the study, is to learn from these experiences?
Right.
We're now opening the second nest on the Payson location, and we'll follow the same procedure as before. I'm going to remove the straps. Turn this over, make it a little easier. Again, this is trash. Then we're going to open this up to expose the laminate. Just move this out of the way.
And we might note that this habitat was co-located with the release at the release point at the second Payson location, so I'm not sure if that's going to make a big difference, but we do note that.
And we'll remove the straps. So we can open each level of the laminate. Put that away to the side. Remove the outer casing and begin our process. You may notice I'm wearing a glove now. The last one we opened up, we had a little 8-legged friend join us. But moving on to our process, again, one laminate at a time, examining the top and the bottom. But I'm not going to be surprised if anything jumps out at me again. Nothing here, top or bottom. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Once you get the knack of this, you learn trial and error. Taking it apart and reassembling the laminates is very easy. They're very, very well constructed out of what appears to be pine wood. So we'll keep this in storage for our next project.